Hello everyone, it's Chris again.
Annalise.
And Abby.
And this is from our final day in San Francisco. We took the cable car, which was really cool, and this is the cable cars.
We started down by the pier, and that's where we hopped on.
And the hills were really steep, and I think Abby has a story to go along with these really steep hills.
So the first time we were driving, we drove up the hills, and Elise was like, totally fine. She's like, oh, this is so cool. It's so pretty up here.
They're really steep.
But obviously what goes up must come down. So we started going down at the top of the hill, and she started pretty much freaking out. She's like, oh my God, Chris is going too fast. We're going to crash or something. It was really funny. If you were in the car, I think you'd be laughing because I was dying.
It was a had to be there moment. And it was this hill, too, that we were driving up.
We were driving down it. That's when she was freaking out.
Yeah.
Driving up, she was totally cool.
I don't like steep things. It scares me. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like the dropping effect. It was too tall, too high. But after a while I got used to it. Like once we're in the cable car, I wasn't like nervous anymore. I think I just need to experience it once, and then I was a true like San Franciscoan or whatever you call it.
So yeah, the hills were really steep. And this is a little bit of how like the cable car worked. It really was like a roller coaster.
Wow.
It made like that clink 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 noise. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
This is the guy driving it. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. There's no like steering wheel or anything. It's just like these two bars like you can see. It's pretty cool.
One's a brake and I think one like
One's a
go.
brake and one makes it go, yeah. And then these are more hills. The hills just kept going. It was pretty incredible.
I thought it was really neat how they would just stop in the middle of the road, like with traffic, and people would just jump on and jump off. Like you had to be really careful that people that were driving weren't like in your area, or they might hit you or whatever. Yeah.
Here we go. We're going down.
And here's the big hill.
Yeah. So that really made me nervous at first because it was. You don't see hills like that where we're from. So you're driving along and you come to this huge drop.
And these you would fly like right by these guys, and they'd always have to tell people standing on the end, like watch out, because you'd have to like get closer inside because you go by them really close. Like you can reach out and touch them. It's really close.
Should have given more high fives.
We should have given them high fives. You could have. So yeah, and we're still going up.
The ride there was so much nicer just because we got to look out the whole time and no one was standing in front of us. Where on the way back, there's some people in front of us. So it wasn't as nice.
Yeah, Abby didn't like her friend.
No.
To put it nicely, he wasn't the most hygienic.
Yeah, too close for comfort, pretty much. He was in her bubble.
Yeah, he was.
But this was like the downtown area. This area was where we stopped to get off.
I think it's so cool how the trolleys drive around with the cars, like with regular traffic. I found that pretty cool.
Actually, down here, this is Union Square, and there's actually a ton of shopping around there. They have a lot of high-end stores. Some cheaper ones, too, but...
At the Gap.
From what Abby told us, it reminded her of Chicago, which is kind of cool to get a feel of what Chicago's like.
Yeah, because there's a part in Chicago where there's a lot of shopping as well, so...
And these are the trolley
This
cars.
is the area where it comes to the end and we jumped off and like walked around a little bit. And then the trolleys like turn around too. And that's a pretty neat way. I think you're going to see that too, how it's a pretty interesting way how they turn the trolleys around.
And it works like any other metro system in a city, like a subway or something. You buy like a round trip ticket and you can get on anywhere and jump off and then get back on. And this is just a tap dancer in the street, entertaining. Thought it was cool.
They're actually pretty cool. They're actually really good.
And they were raking in the cash too. This is a part of the downtown area. It was really pretty. Lots of flowers and trees in bloom.
It was really clean too, which was nice.
It was a really clean city.
Very welcoming. And they had wicked... I want to see that again.
So, pretty flowers. This was a good way to really see the city more too, because we walked around the night before, because this was on our last day, by the way, and it was a good way just to see more of the city and see how San Francisco people live. And this is really cool because they still maneuver these a lot like they used to. Like good old manpower. This big guy would totally just push it. And
there's another guy on the other side.
Yeah.
There's 2 people pushing it.
2 people. It's cool.
And then they push it back onto the track.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Look at him. Just kind of strolls along there.
It's like, yeah, move it.
He's like, yeah, I move this thing. And there are different tracks that go through the city, and they have those, I don't know what they're called. My grandfather would know what they're called. They like retrack the thing. It moves, you know, anyway. So it goes down different streets. And this is what a lot of the neighborhoods look like.
Very pretty.
I thought this was cool. Chinatown has their own library for Chinese. I wanted to go in it and look at the books.
Yeah, I want to see they're all Chinese.
They probably were.
Well, you don't know that. It could just be
That's
a
true.
Chinatown branch. And
That's true.
have regular books. You don't know. You don't know anything.
That's right, I do. And since this was our last day, after we did the cable car, we definitely had to do the Golden Gate Bridge. So this is us driving on that. Which you don't need to pay to go the way we're going now, but on the way back they get you.
Yeah.
So you're paying one way.
Yeah, one
It's
way.
a $6 toll.
So it's not too bad, I mean, for what you're doing. If I lived here on an everyday basis, probably would find another route, but
Yeah.
it was a good experience.
This is where we stopped to take some pictures. Then afterwards, you get a really good look
It
at
was
San
a Vista
Francisco.
Point. Vista Point. And skyline. And there's a little Alcatraz boat giving a tour.
That's not an Alcatraz boat.
It looks like an Alcatraz boat.
I think
That
Alcatraz
does,
boat goes
that does
from
look
over
like an
there.
Alcatraz boat, but they come from over, I'm pointing again, like as if you can see where I'm pointing, but it's over there on the left side of the screen.
You'll see Alcatraz in a minute, I bet.
You will, you'll see.
That's
see
the Bay
it?
Bridge
Yeah,
in the background.
that's the Bay Bridge.
Oh. That's the Alcatraz boat, right? There.
That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
Alcatraz, that's the boat.
They look the same, though.
They do look the same. What do you think of our trip so far?
It has been great. We have done so much in such a small amount of time. These past 2 days have been like crazy, and we've seen pretty basically all the highlights of San Francisco. It's been awesome.
Sweet.
Went on the cable car, up and down both ways, got a lot of beautiful photos. Never seen
I'll tell you when to let
the Bay Bridge. We went across it, so we can say we did that. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
We can see Alcatraz right there, which is pretty sweet. We went there yesterday, and
See the Bay Bridge, which is across from Oakland, which is where we stayed last night.
we have a nice city skyline, which is awesome.
Just a really great view from right here.
And today it's a lot warmer and less windy, which is awesome too.
What's been your favorite part?
My favorite part, I think, was Alcatraz. There's a lot of history there, which was pretty interesting, and the cable cars were awesome.
I pretty much liked it all.
Yeah.
Definitely come
I
back.
don't think there is a prime highlight of our trip.
No, I've liked it all. It's been really good.
It's all been awesome.
And this is Elise and Abby, just enjoying the view.
Yeah. Chris told us to look really excited.
No, they were doing that at first. They were totally just pointing out, looking interested. I said, "You do that again. Look too good." That's why they're laughing at me.
We got you, Chris.
And then this is going back on the San Francisco Bridge.
No,
Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate
Oh, what? And that's my dirty windshield.
Oh, and this is on the ride back to Southern Cal.
It was really pretty. Lots of trees and windy roads going down.
Yeah. Remind us a little bit of back home, right?
And this, oh, and we made sandwiches. We had a cooler. And we made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
And Abby made those that day.
They're good.
They were
Tasty.
awesome. And we put in our mileage from home, and from where we were at that point home, we were outside of Bakersfield. And we were 3,217 miles away from home. And Abby, what were you?
I think it was 2,012 miles away.
Yeah.
So we're pretty far away. So anyway, that is our San Francisco trip.
A lot of fun. Hope to go back sometime soon.
And we have to thank you, Abby's dad, Bob. The hotel accommodations wouldn't have been able to enjoy that amazing experience without that. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We highly appreciate it. It
Thanks,
was
Dad.
fantastic.
So anyway, from our San Francisco trip, this is The NSE group peacing out.
Till next time.
Main Avenue out.
We're all waving on this side, but you can't see.